All right, I was just reading some more stuff, and for some reason, this Boston fern is usually starting to catch my attention because I was thinking earlier, as far as lupus, since it's a form of a rash that can occur on top of the skin, but also infect or interfere with the internal side of the body. It's a form of a virus with a fungus because it's a solid and a liquid. The outside of the skin shows dying skin cells, or the dead skin cells, I should say, which actually form clusters or dried out blotches. And the inside can create inflammation, which means there's a lot of blood flowing to one individual area, but it's inflaming the area. So I was looking into how I can find something that shows how to suppress the outside, because that's the easiest thing to do, suppress the outside, and to liquidate the inside. It's sort of like, it sounds weird, but it's like a one of those Hanes commercials where they said, going out of business sale, come buy it now. So they liquidate all that stuff to get rid of it because they're suppressed with so much other products that's coming in. So you suppress it with a plant-based object, which is the first thing, which is a bacteria-based object, which would be a plant. And then you suppress the fungus with the plant. And from there, you can use a liquid to liquidate whatever the fungus has, like whatever bad chemicals, like it can hold mercury, anything. So that's why I was looking at Boston Ferns, because I looked at another article and it was saying Boston Ferns are known to be able to extract arsenic and mercury. So I was looking at something else and I was like, come to find out, mercury can actually be in fungus. Fungus can thrive off of, poisonous liquids and stuff like that. So I was just looking through here and it just talks about it. Says, things about Boston Ferns, how they can help the skin, people with vitiligo. And there's some good plants and there's some, of course, bad plants that you can't put in your skin. It's not even saying that this can be put on your skin, but it's just saying that, it's a good plant to have. It's considered one of the most popular household plants. So I can just click on this, see if it says anything. All right, I'll just read it. I would do the quote unquote thing, but I don't think it's that serious. Considered as one of the most popular household plants grown in the home, growing Boston Ferns offer a lot of unique interest with their lush green fronds. That said, in order to keep your Boston Fern plant looking at its best, you should arm yourself with the right Boston Fern care information. You'll find all that here and more. So I'm going to try to find out, how is it healthy for people. I know they said it helps with humidity. Let's see. These are just how to maintain it and keep it up. But I wanted to show y'all something as far as how we can help the body. Soothes dry skin. So let's see. It says the fern is easy to care for, purifies the air, and creates a high level of humidity, making it a perfect housemate. So it makes the air pure. And remember that other article was saying that in order to get rid of, I forgot if it was bacteria or if it was fungus, but I think it was fungus. They said you want to have pure air. So if it is a fungus issue with having lupus, which I'm sure it has a possibility to be one of the main causes, you can use plants to clean your air around you to where it can help get rid of that. So I'm trying to, let me see. Ferns often grow in wild epiphytes, meaning that they grow on other trees and plants in damp forests and swamps. The Nephrolipus is one of the oldest plants on Earth and is often found fossilized. Alright, so those are some quick topics, but I'm trying to find something that shows details on it. But since I can't, I'm going to scroll back until I get to that page where I was at, where it was talking about, let's see, is this it? Oh, this just shows the poisonous plants and then the good plants. And it even says that, it's a good plant. Safe plants, I should say. Boston Fern is right there. So that's a good thing. I'm just scroll back some, and I would think that using the Boston Fern, it could actually help extract mercury and arsenic, like it said in the article that I had on here, and that's why I kind of looked it up. But I just think that it's something that you all can try and see if that helps, using the Boston Fern. And then again, I go back to the topic of bacteria, fungus, and viruses. Those are the three things. Like, things usually are in threes. Like, the sun, the moon, the stars, are a father, son, and a mother. Stuff like that. Things are usually in threes. So I was just saying that the bacteria is usually a form of a solid. The fungus is usually a form of a solid, and the virus is a form of a liquid. So I was thinking that the bacteria would be more of a female aspect, or plant-based, and the fungus would be more of a male aspect, which is a mixture of a virus and a bacteria. But the virus is foreign to other bacteria, meaning, weeds kill plants, and the fungus lives by itself, but it's an independent weed. It doesn't usually get killed by other weeds. It can only be suppressed by other weeds. So the one way to slow a fungus down is by suppressing it. So you suppress it with a bacteria, and then you contaminate its water to keep it from growing. It's like, you spray stuff on weeds. Same thing you spray on mushrooms so they won't grow. So what I was saying with lupus, I think that lupus is almost like a fungus more than anything, because it can excrete to the outside, and it could cause liquidation problems on the inside. It does both, because they say people with lupus get rashes, then they have inflammation inside their body. So the virus causes the inflammation, and the bacteria causes the rash. But the fungus is the source. So if you can suppress the fungus, first you start off with suppressing it, and then you can see how much is flowing. How much, if it's still flowing, like if you still have inflammation after you suppress it, then it's in your bloodstream. So then that's when you actually have to liquidate the blood. However you would do that, you can do it through the air. Like, for example, this is one of the articles I saw earlier. It says, this is where it talks about the air. Let me see. It's right, oh yeah, I was on the one with fungus. It's right around here. That's something, I was looking at something right there, but that's not where I'm at. Alright, yeah, so it's right here. Okay, this allows foliage to dry out quickly should it become wet. It is also helpful to provide good air circulation through proper spacing between plants and pruning. So what I was saying is, pruning is a continuous thing. It's a form of age. Plants is a new stage of life. So plants are like your pores, and pruning is made to tighten your pores. Like older people eat prunes to tighten their pores. But plants are actually your pores growing, which is where hair comes out of and stuff like that. So what I'm getting at is, plants would be like bacteria, and pruning would be a virus, because a virus can be continuous because it's a form of liquid. meaning it's like a flow, a current, continuous, ing, a flowing of something. A fungus can't be a funging, ing, because it's not going to continuously grow, even though it's a lot of it. And what I'm saying is, the best thing to do is to suppress with a plant and then prune for your virus. So it'll be like, if fungus is in between a plant and a prune, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to have to go one way or the other. The fungus, let's say a fungus is in between a plant and a prune. It's like, okay, if I go to the plant, I could look young and I can grow with the plant, even though I've been around longer than the plant, because I came from the soil just like the plant did. So they have something in common. But the prune becomes a fruit on its own. So it has a plant, or you can say a vine, or a alternate blood source, like a alternate direction of, it's like an alternate filter. The prune has a vine. The plants have vines too, but it grows around the branch. So the branch is dried out. So that's like the exterior. So that's why I said plants define bacteria, because it's an exterior. You say back, or you say back and then say teria. Then say X and then say teria. So the teria is the outside. That's a teria. And the plants are maintaining the teria. Or they call it terra nova. Like it's a land that's outside of your land. So then the prunes control the tag on it. I messed up what I was saying. The plants control the outside, the prunes control the inside. So it's like pruning. So what happens when you eat a lot of prunes? It does all that stuff to your insides and make it come out. But then it tightens your pores, because the prune knows the problem is on the outside. That's why it just dries itself up. It's like, I don't want nothing to come inside me. I'm going to dry up and shrivel up so I can be tight like a turtle. You know, that's a prune. A turtle is like a prune. So the fungus is in between both of them. Like I said, enmity between the two, plants and pruning. Even alphabetically, PL comes before PR. So the plant is the young one and the prune is the old one. So if you have lupus, you might want to suppress the outside with a plant-based bacteria and prune the inside to clean your viruses out. That's a good way to do it. So prune and plant. Bacteria, put a bacteria substance, a plant on the outside, or have just plants that are grown outside like a Boston fern, bring them inside the house. And then, since you can't put the plants, if you might have allergic reactions bad to your teria or your exterior, you might have allergic reaction to the plants, so you have to prune more than you plant. But if you have not that much of a reaction to the plants on your outside or your teria, you can use more plants than you prune. So it's all about which one's worse. If you have higher inflammation, then and less skin rashes, you can plant. If you have a whole lot of skin rashes and a little inflammation, you can prune. Because if you prune, it'll just push it all out. And then you won't have like gastrinal infections and all of that stuff. So even, for example, read right here where it says to control fungal outbreaks with bacteria. Remember I said bacteria would be like plants. And this is not from the article of what I'm saying. I was saying this before I even looked at this article. Like the plant is bacteria. Everybody should know that. And then, of course, the pruning one, that's from this article. That helps me think about what pruning can be. It's as logical to me. You know, it's the opposite of planting. You're pruning, you're taking what the plant has already provided with the fruit from it. And women are known as gatherers. So from the beginning of time, they said the Boston fern was even found fossilized. So the Boston fern will be more of a plant. So it probably has a lot of natural curing ailments for it. Because, I mean, anyway, long story short, I'm going to just read this. It said, to control fungal, this is for actually plants. This is not even for the human body. But I started with the plants because I think that since industrialization also has forms of manufacturing, they're going to look for money and different ways to manage it. So it makes it more difficult for people to find out the true nature of things, because they go around it and see the industrial side. So anyway, it says to control fungal outbreaks. Remember, I said fungus would be in between a plant and a prune. It's used like a weed trying to take out the plant, or a weed not letting the prune grow or the grapes grow. So to control fungal outbreaks, as with bacteria, see, so you control fungus and you control what comes first. Because whatever came first succeeded to be here, and then it created fungus. So it's saying, as with bacteria, remove all infected plants, which would be whatever was first, remove that, our parts and our plants, that controls the outbreak of it. So if you can remove the source, the newest source from whatever the lupus is around, which is on your exterior, if you can remove that dried out skin that's on your skin or that rash, it can control the fungus. Meaning, because the fungus grows on the outside. Like they say, fungus is in soil a little bit, but it still grows on the outside. You still see a mushroom come from the ground. You don't dig and say, oh, it's a mushroom down here. See what I'm saying? So it says, as with bacteria, remove all infected parts of plant, or you can say our infected parts of skin, remove the skin. And then, not all of it, but just like with a plant, you could possibly put on there and it'll soothe the skin. Maybe put some rubbing alcohol on it, try to scrape it off a little bit. And then it says, you may also choose to apply a fungicide, which is a form of a liquid. Like I said, when it rains, the acid actually, softens the fungus and it causes it to erode. So then it says, there are many products available for this treatment, blah, blah, blah. So it's like organically, it says copper, sulfur, baking soda. So you know how they say you can put baking soda on broccoli so the leaves won't turn green? So the leaves won't turn brown. But how do you eat it if the leaves aren't brown? You're eating baking soda? So it makes you think. So then it says these treatments are best for preventing germination of new fungal spores. So remember I said the spores are also like human bodies where they're pores. So pruning, when you eat prunes, what does it do to the pores? It tightens the pores. So no germination will get into the pores. See, it prevents the germination because germs get in your pores. Like somebody say, "Achoo," and sneeze on you. If it don't get in your nose because your hairs fight it off, your skin has pores which have hairs which keep the germs from out your hairs. But if the less hair you have in your body, the more germs can get in your pores. So it's almost like saying new fungal spores are nothing but saying new pores. Or the younger you are, the more pores you're creating. You have less hair on your body. So those germs are real strong. And then it says, so applications before outbreaks will occur for more effective control. So anyway, this is, like I said, this is about plants. This whole article is about plants. But I just knew before I even read this that there's only three things. It's bacteria, fungus, and viruses. So what I did was I Googled it. And then, I was trying to remember, because I know when I looked at it a while back, a long time ago, when I was just doing random research, I was trying to figure out what's the basic threes for everything. So I found out, I was like, what's more? Is it more viruses, more bacteria, or fungus? And this didn't even tell me. I don't know where I looked that up a long time ago, but it doesn't say. But I know now it's more funguses than there are bacteria. So with that being said, that's saying that the bacteria or the germs settle in the pores. That's bacteria. It settles in the pores, and then it creates fungus. But then the fungus is not familiar with the body, so it creates lupus, which then attacks the body, and then the blood cells, your body doesn't have a virus, but the fungus confuses the blood cells, which makes it think that every cell inside is a virus. So it makes it suicidal, basically. So the white cells just go off and say, I'm going to fight this, I'm going to fight that, I'm going to fight everything. But it doesn't fight itself. It just fights the internal fungus that's in the body, and it fights also the good cells that are not recognizable. So it's like fungus actually drives people mad. It's like a form of a madness. So you think about it, that's how that works. But let's see, I want to see something right quick. Yeah, I just was looking at that. I was trying to find out how much was what, as far as what was more of what. But let me see if there's an image on here. Hold up. It's like a tree. It's like a let me see, fungus. Tree. It's like a tree. I can't remember. It's like a picture of a tree. It's not even this, but it's like a tree. It's like a graph, and it has two. I think I should type in fungus tree, fungi, fungi, fungi. I forgot the word, but it's like this big tree, and I could put like it's like a chain. You know how like they have the chain, like the bird eats the cat. I mean, the cat eats the bird and all that. The chain of evolution, a fungi tree, or evolution. I'm just typing evolution. Oops. There you go. Evolutionary tree. That's what I'm talking about. So, okay. Dang, where the tree is a tree on here, and it actually shows you. Okay, see, for example, this is horrible compared to the one I saw. It was like it looked like an actual tree. But look, the animals would be the viruses because they have blood in them, right? So a human has blood in it, fish have blood in it, whatever that other thing. Mosquitoes take blood. But then what's the fungi? The fungi is what's everywhere. It's more fungi. See how high the tree is? And then the plants are like what it says right there, green algae, rice, stuff like that. So, I wish I had that other tree. So what I'm saying is that's it. See what I'm saying? The plants are bacteria. The fungus is fungus. And the animals are the viruses. Those three categories is three again. So the fungus is like lupus because it's a whole bunch of it. But it's more of a bacteria than it is an animal. Because animals don't really eat fungus. I mean, if you think about it, they eat bacteria plants more than they eat fungus. But fungus comes from the ground. It's a spore. It comes from spores. But that's why humans have pores. So the fungus tries to get into the human pores, but it causes viruses because it settles and it contaminates your blood. It's like radioactivity chemicals. It's like once you go in a chemical plant, you have to put some protection on so nothing gets into your pores. That's what fungus does. Plants don't care about getting into your pores. Plants have their own pores. That's how they do photosynthesis. They absorb light. But the fungus doesn't absorb anything. Fungus absorbs mold, moist areas. It absorbs like it says right here, cellular slime. It absorbs that type of stuff. So when that slime gets on your cells in your body, it causes your white blood cells to go crazy. So then your white blood cells start saying, okay, I'm going to bite this and mess this up, do that, this and that. And it excretes its own slime, which could be mercury or other toxic stuff that comes out the body. So that's why I was saying you get a Boston Fern. Boston Ferns was saying that it could actually, let me see if I can find it. It said, it was something I was reading. Hold on, I think that might have been it. No, I didn't even read that one. Let me see. It's about lupus, but I'm trying to find out where I was reading it at. Boston Ferns. I know I ain't go that far back because, let me see something right quick. Dang, I think I messed it up. All right, I'm going to just do like this. Boston Ferns. The first thing I looked up on Boston Ferns, I remember, because I typed in plants absorbing light. Let's see. Dang, this history sucks. It ain't even explaining it right. But it was something that said Boston Ferns actually are good with excreting. I'm going to just type it in. Watch. Boston Ferns are good with excreting what is it? Arsenic, ASRCIN, something like that. I don't know how to spell it. I can't remember. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning. I was at work today. Anyway, arsenic and what was the other one? Mercury. MECURY. M-E-R-C-U-R-Y, whatever. I might even be spelling that wrong. M-E-R-C. Yeah, mercury. Alright, so arsenic spelled wrong, of course. What the heck? Boston Ferns are, oh, that's on news. I'm tripping, that's why. Even when it's on all, it's doing that. That's crazy. Excreting mercury. So let's see. Oh yeah, here you go. See, it's one of them. If I had anything highlighted, it might be. No, it doesn't show it on there. I want to see if anything was highlighted because it would show that was the one I read. But anyway, if I go back to, it says how to beat formaldehyde. That's what they put in people's bodies when they about to die. It says according to the book of Boston Fern is the most effective of the 50 plants listed. I don't know what made me look this up for removing formaldehyde. We're moving more mercury from there into the bloodstream than it could finally excrete. So that's just one thing. There's another one that said Boston Fern is known as the most effective plant for removing airborne toxins and removes formaldehyde. I'm gonna click on hold up, which one should I click on? I wanted to see the one where it talks about moving mercury. See, it says mercury right there, but it was something in detail. So I'll just start here, formaldehyde. Let me see what that looks like. So the mercury is probably what's weakening the body. You know, they say if mercury is life-threatening. So if there's something inside your body involving lupus, I mean, you can get that plant and it'll help excrete it out your body. So that'll probably be a good thing to do. See, it even says, this person commented on candida. That's a fungus. So these are just comments, but I'll rather look at what it says. Oops, I think I just clicked that. Yeah, that's the same thing I just clicked. So anyway, come on, I'm gonna just click on this one. I wish I would have had the other one. It's on my other video, because I recorded 2 videos where it says how it feels about, how these things work. This might be the same one. If I scroll all the way down, hold up. No, this ain't it. These are just pictures of Boston Ferns. But let's see. Yeah, it ain't nothing on here. This ain't the daggone one. Oh well. About your mercury. Let me see. Boston Ferns. I just click on Boston Fern benefits. Top 10 NASA-approved houseplants in improving indoor quality. And that's approved by NASA during the 1980s, before I was even probably born. All right, so let's see. It clears agents in the air. I just saw that. Flora is harmful. Okay, chemicals. It helps filter out chemicals like formaldehyde, benzene, and provides you with oxygen at the same time. Many people have aloe vera in their homes because of healing ability. Gel inside the leaves are excellent for helping heal burns and cuts. See what I'm saying? Aloe vera, however, is also a great plant to improve your indoor quality. So that's how about aloe vera. But never mind, that's not, which one was I was on the first one there? Okay, yeah, this is not even talking about the Boston Fern. Wait, here you go, Boston Fern. Ferns are very popular household plants. Boston Fern is one that offers beauty and healthy benefits. These plants act as humidifiers and can help restore moisture in the air, so they are perfect for those who suffer with dry skin or other cold weather problems. And they say lupus is how people have problems with going outside and stuff like that, but they do get a lot of dry skin and rashes. And it says they also can eliminate traces of formaldehyde, and they look beautiful hanging in the basket. See, I don't have the one on here that was talking about mercury and stuff. Matter of fact, what I can do, I don't know if this will work, but I could possibly